Take that. Oh, Boise. That's a good way to start a day.
That was so great. Oh, I was expecting more. Like there was a compilation.
Oh, you actually want me to go through the compilation, huh? Let's see. Which one didn't I play yet?
Oh, dear God.
One didn't I play yet? It's the waggle on the end that just sends it home.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, how appropriate. Even better. Oh my God.
Do it.
I can't.
Now, the only thing that gets me is I'm going to have to up my inappropriate video game because because StreamYard, it allows me to upload. So it calls these overlays, and it allows me to upload GIFs or movies. Now, a movie, it limits it to 20 megabytes. Now, I can do a lot with a 720p video in, 20 megabytes. The GIFs, it limits to like 2.5, which there's nothing you can do with a 2.5 meg GIF.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh.
ASCII text at the best is all you got, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, because this is currently let me see if I can share it here. This is, okay. Yeah, whatever. Window. This is now my background. I don't know if you can share that or not.
Oh, who'd you send it to?
Perfectly caught.
I was trying to tell you the way he put the screens after he changed it. If you had stood up like that thing was your wiener, I was beating that thing, bro.
Well, look, it's got the upward curve going on.
I know. It's happy to see you. I like to say it's doing planks. Just it's exercise.
The bow plank. Oh man.
We are horrible human beings.
Raz, man. What's up, man?
Hello, Chaos, Raz.
Like hell.
What?
Shoot, after that little speech you gave on YouTube, I watched it just before the stream. I was like, God damn. Josh is like family counseling on YouTube. Shit.
You guys are aware of some of the things that have been going on, and I wish I could be like, last month or, over the summer but no, this shit's been going on for a while. And so I've just gotten to a place the last, 4 to 6 weeks where like I've got all this shit and it just keeps circulating, right? And when that happens, it's usually because I feel like I have something to say. So I was like, you know what? My channel, I never put an FPV behind it. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it.
That was good.
There's more of those coming. I'll be mixing, throwing some video over top of them instead of, just behind it or something. But that one, because I was doing a little bit of walking around that factory, it didn't really fit in the background.
Yeah. That could made me think a lot about my own situation. My answer is to your question is probably no, because I don't know how. And that's about as far as I'll go with that.
Well, and without jumping into like a half-hour tangent or making it a lecture, because you can get plenty of that over at my channel.
Yeah.
It's just about taking things at face value, because we have a problem in the house. And our problem is that some people call it seeing the best in people, but I think it goes beyond that, because when you're lying to yourself about who somebody is, what do you expect?
Yeah, well, I don't know. For me, it ain't about lying. It's about they're the opposite of how I taught her to be, and I don't understand that side of things. She's scared of everything. She got mental problems. Like,
Right.
So social anxiety up the ass. Like I don't even know how. I've never experienced it. I don't know. I mean, I know about it, but I don't understand it.
No, absolute, dude. You know exactly what I'm addressing. Now, what I'm addressing though has nothing to do with your ability to understand it. You don't need to like it. You don't need to endorse it. All you need to do at a certain point, even though you want somebody to be someone different, even though you want them to be different, at a point, if they're not, you have to accept that that's probably who they are.
Yeah, well, no, that is who she is, but that also means that she don't want nothing to do with me because I wasn't physically there.
No.
But that's a whole nother story. If you guys want to hear some deep shit, go check out Josh's channel. He poses a really, really tough question that's worth thinking about, especially to anybody that's a parent.
Well,
Ouch.
I like that perspective, and I'm going to explain that more. I've already recorded it, in the next one, but it's one thing to pose yourself with that question, but then when you take it to a whole nother level when you apply it to something like your kids, because it's easy to be like, no, I don't accept him the way he is. He's an asshole. And that's easy for somebody that you're not emotionally invested in.
Yeah, this guy's having some fun. All three of them are seniors.
Oh, more drinking.
You don't drink. You should start drinking more, Double A.
I subscribe to this new
What?
mantra. Drink more.
Oh, I've been thinking about a good bourbon lately, man. I needed to cruise back by so I have an excuse to go to Ruth Chris.
I'm trying. Next week, we'll see. Next week, we'll see if everything lines up. I'll put it that way. If you get within an hour.
And, I found out, bro, it ain't happening.
Okay.
Because the dude, I was at Troy yesterday, and they told me that they're not getting another load till their next load is Thursday, which would be a Wednesday pickup for me. And that ain't going to happen because they give me my home run to Wisconsin every Thursday.
Gotcha.
Did you get a chance to hook up with my brother yet?
No, actually, haven't talked with him since then, really.
I talk to him every day. Frame
Really?
was crap. Yeah, I talk almost every day. Now that he's in the IT world as a civilian, he's kind of like, this shit's whack. These people are nuts. I'm like, welcome to civilian world, baby.
But anyways, we're doing a show. I almost forgot.
Oh yeah.
No, that's okay. This is applicable.
Yeah, but no
This
one knows
is
what
real stuff.
no one knows what the fuck we're talking about because we don't
that's
give them any context.
Tommy
Well,
G.
no. I disagree. I mean, they may not know what you and I were talking about. Basically, next week, I'm in a place where Chuck goes once in a while. And I said, well, if you happen to be over that way, let me know. And we'll meet up at a minimum and have dinner, if nothing else. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Plummet. But Joe provided context and I provided context without making it, 12 feet deep.
I prefer 12 inches long. Wait.
So what's going on in your FPV world?
Apparently Raz has a crap frame he's trying to build.
I saw that. I'm not sure what he was talking about.
I was going to say, what kind of frame was it, Raz? Because
You talking about Goldilocks, man, or whatever you called him? Are you talking about the one with the skinny arms, that race one?
Oh, I've heard nothing good about that because the arms are too thin.
which one are we talking about? I see. He says Source 1 frame, but
It's just the latest version of the Source One was more of a race frame where they skinnied up the arms and lightweighted it.
yeah.
If that's a sentence.
I think it's the one he's talking about.
Well, he said yup, so it's the one with the thin arms. Chaos, how you doing, man? So, what 4K cam did you get? I'll keep an eye on chat.
Yeah, I was actually interested in this.
Context. Is that what? No.
Tommy G with the puns.
Yes, very good.
Oh, always. He's got the dad puns all the time.
7-inch.
Well, we have now coined a new phrase, the 7-inch toothpick.
That's a good one.
No, that was my nickname in high school. You can't use that one.
Ooh.
Dang. I'd rather be 2 inches of cheese wheel than 7-inch toothpick.
2 inches long and built like a beer can, baby.
Mash.
Get that mental image out of your head.
Yells out Hulk smash every time. Hulk smash!
What's going on, E-Drone?
Hey.
E-Drone.
I'm on a delay or something because, yeah. What's up, Eric?
So, I have been flying this HD 5-inch and this analog 6-inch for a solid, 4 or 5 weeks?
Did you?
Yeah. Nonstop. And look, man, I had myself convinced. I kept telling myself, bro, it's okay. Some of your builds are going to be analog. I can't do it. I can't. Every time I fire up that 6-inch, I feel like Ray Charles driving down the street.
Well, you had to know it was going to be like that.
I wanted to believe different because, when you're stuck in analog and you don't have, I had 5 minutes of perspective that Joe gave me a few times, So it was real easy to jump back in and just pick up where I left off. But I would spend like days flying that 5-inch and then fire up the 6-inch for like 2 packs.
I mean, that's like trying to go to 6S, but still have half your quads on 4S. That don't work.
And yet I would do that.
I'd do that first.
First, in retrospect. So it's going to happen. I'm keeping my eye on everything, and as soon as I find some things in stock, I'll get them. Now, luckily, at least as of right now, I don't know any better in regards to, the camera stuff that's going on. The only cameras that I have are the Cadix Nanos in builds right now. So I have no perspective as far as, the pros, right. But everybody says that the Nano is garbage, and it is still far and above.
Chris don't like it, but I think maybe a lot of the reason for that is because it's 69.
Yeah.
And it's locked in, and everybody's already used to 4.3 because they've all had the HGOs and the HD3s and all that shit.
Well, after doing some research this week to understand what everybody was talking about, because it doesn't really get into the bones when you just say it sucks and the other one's better. Well, but why? Yeah. So I really started looking in, and one thing I did notice, you couldn't change the aspect ratio, but I also noticed the lack of color control. In the Nano, you can change the brightness this much, and that's as much as you can tweak the image.
Even the goggle control? I haven't tried it yet.
No saturation, no contrast, no none of that, just brightness, 5 setting.
I tell you what, Raz has been rocking them Orcas, and they came out with a new feature that you can control all your GoPro settings from the goggles.
Your GoPro?
Your GoPro. Your hero.
How's that work? I'm gonna have to look into that because
it does have a Wi-Fi. Those goggles do have a Wi-Fi module you can get.
Yeah, but it would have to be the receiver, the video transmitter or receiver would have something.
Care about the science of it. It works, and he has it.
Unless you have to do it when it's right there in front of you, then that would make sense. You couldn't do it mid-flight. It would have to be.
Well, no, if you try to mid-flight, you just eat shit.
That sounds interesting.
Look out for that tree. Did we get an answer from from Chaos?
He didn't give us a name. He did try to post a link, but because he's not a moderator, it won't let him.
Oh, just give us a name, bro. We'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'm looking junk up right now anyway.
I realized I'm sitting here looking up stuff, not looking at chat either. I was like trying to find the frame and stuff like that. Maximizing my screen real estate.
But for the last 3 days, I got out for, at least 3 packs a day. So the first day, I think I did 3, and then I was like, just kind of bored with the spot. It was complete garbage. Yesterday, I did all 5. Still a garbage spot, but it went at it with a different attitude where I was just kind of like working on things. And then today, I went over to one of the corporate center parking lots, and today there wasn't people all over the place, and that was actually a bit of fun. All kinds of gaps all over the place, and
So I have a new game at work, which is fun. I bring my FPV, my Nanos, my micro size, and they have these new massage chairs that apparently they put in one of the exercise rooms. So I put my FPV goggles on with my transmitter, fly around the fucking room while sitting in the massage chair. The lady who runs the facilities walks in and is like, "What the fuck is this?" Drone's like flying around the room.
Just trying to get fired, baby.
Come on, severance package. Come on, severance package.
Look at James Ford. Speaking of the devil, we were just talking shit about. Talking about you.
Yeah, I know, right?
How you doing, brother?
Definitely don't make him a moderator.
Now I want to do it just to see what happens.
right?
You'd be like, "Banned."
You make him a moderator, and I'll keep sending him to timeout. We'll see how this goes.
Exactly, right?
So last week, we were supposed to have a show, but I was mountain time. There was other stuff going on. There was conflicts with time and, personal interests. I basically said, well, I'm thinking we don't do the show tonight because I would rather be out here flying in the foothills. And if I got to be on for the show, I'm not doing that. Oh, by the way, I'm an hour and a half away from home. So anyway.
No.
But as we were talking back and forth, I told them that I had a really cool encounter. So, guys, every week I go to a different business. I work with people on putting some products in place that help them improve efficiencies and do things better. And as we're sitting there talking, like just completely out of the blue, and look, guys, totally unsolicited, this guy starts talking about drones. Now, I did what I do because I don't mind running the room. But I'm not one of those people that has to be the center of the room. So I just sit there and listen. And after listening to this guy for almost 10 minutes, right, he's blah, 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 and my friend DJI and blah, blah, blah. He starts going, oh, and I saw this thing, and now they have these things are calling FPV drones, and, these guys watch out of the front of the drone while they fly and they race them. But what I really like, he's like, some of the DRL stuff was cool in some of the last seasons, but he's like, man, a few years ago, some of these guys went to Chernobyl and they flew these old amusement parks. And, this one guy, he flew this big antenna array. Like, it looks like a wall. Like, you wouldn't know what it is if you didn't. And so I listened to him, and he gets to the end where he just gets quiet. And I went, yes, I know a bit about that. I said, we watched those videos come out a few years ago. Those guys got special permission to do that, blah, blah, blah. I said, I fly FPV drones. And you watch, like, all of a sudden he was like, tell me more, right? And as I'm describing it, I turn around, my backpack's behind me on the floor, and I turn around, and I'm like, it's really cool, and, things have come a long way. And then I take 2 drones and I go boom on the conference table in front of him, and you could see him like. So he's finger fucking them and just having a fondle fest, and just he's like thinking about putting it down his pants. I get out my goggles, throw them up there, my transmitter. So he's just having a ball, right? Because he's never seen any of this. He's only seen the videos, the byproduct of it. So long story short, I had a very, very good time. And then to top it off, because, Joe gifted me those DJI goggles, and I've been running them with an SD card, which, by the way, is just awesome to have that level of video. And even though it's not as good as the onboard video, it is so much more than DVR ever wanted to be. So I load up a flight, hit play, and tell him, put this on, by the way, sit down. And the whole time he's sitting there, and he's doing the Ray Charles, and he's going, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Oh, fuck. It was awesome. And, it's one thing for me to do something where I start soliciting people or trying to pull them in, which I almost never do. But to have that level of conversation straight out of the blue really made my week.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say there's some times I've like showed people drones and stuff like that. I've happened to have them with me, and some of them I'm like, okay, that's cool, and other ones I'm like, give it back. Like you're like you seem looking kind of squirrely, like they're looking to dash. You're like, give it back, give it back.
Yeah,
I've
only ever met the people that just like, oh, nice toy.
And usually that's the level of interaction I get. Now, this week I had another guy, same level. Started out again unsolicited, but I didn't wait as long. I was just like, yeah, here's stuff. Check this out. Put a thing on here. Put these on your head and hold on to the wall,
Yeah.
And it lost a little bit of its magic, which sucks because he was just as excited as the first guy and had the same reactions.
Yeah, I like getting kids in them. That's still my favorite because you get the best reactions out of kids. We went up to PA and we were flying up at a friend's house and she has goats and chickens and shit. And I was just like, the goats were like, cool, whatever. The chickens were like, they're gonna kill us. So,
you have to put the goggles on a goat.
I can do that next time when we're up there. I'll get you a photo of that for sure.
That'd be fantastic.
Or put a VTX on a goat.
If I could find a taxidermy goat, put it on there, then I'd scan it and I'd make it your new avatar. Yes. I'd get the 3D scanner and get you a goat with a baby. That's money right there.
Horny FPV.
Speaking of what Marcel here has been talking about with Chaos, we actually mentioned this last week, but if anybody doesn't know, they stopped servicing the Session 5 at GoPro with the GoPro plan. Or not last week, 2 weeks.
Are you sure?
Yes. But you can actually trade it in for $75 and they'll send you a Hero 7. But they are done with the 5s, with the Session 5s.
That sucks.
Hey,
we all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Hey, E-Drone, you need a alum block to redo your tip for your. He left his soldering iron on again. Do you guys ever use I think it's alum to redo your tips?
Yeah.
I've got one of those. There's a block that you can buy that you actually heat up your iron, and if you completely crust it, or it gets jacked up from you leaving it on, you actually you shouldn't breathe the shit in. It's not friendly, and you rub the hot iron across it, and it actually cleans off the tip and makes it like it's brand new. So if you had a favorite tip or something, you didn't have to go either buy a new one or redo one.
I bought the fancy blue Hako, however the hell you say it. And the tip that came with it, I abuse it. I don't take care of it. I never have. I do all my soldering on almost maximum heat. Dude, same tip. It's in perfect shape. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I don't know why. I got a Hako, but I don't remember which model it is.
You know which one. You know which one I'm talking about. The little blue and yellow one.
Yeah, same one I've got. I think
$100.
Yeah, nice set. 80 grit sandpaper. Well, the problem is, Raz, is actually the tips are usually coated in something. You sand them down, you take them past that base metal, and then you're just asking for problems from there out. So if you're going to sandpaper them, just replace them.
That is probably why that tip has lasted me so long.
Yeah.
The only thing I have ever done, or the most coarse thing I have ever done, because I did get a tin of that cleaner before, and I think it's kind of gimmicky. I'm not saying it didn't work, but it does have an acid cleaner coupled with the flux, coupled with solder.
Oh, no, this stuff is just a straight acid block.
Oh.
This is what they use at, like if you had a legit, you were an electrical engineer and you're doing stuff and you had to keep your tips perfectly clean, this is what they use to clean it, and you don't want to breathe it in.
That guy who does the iPhones, man, I've seen him use it.
Looks like a block of soap. It's like white. Yeah, that's shit. Oof, don't breathe.
You know what I'm talking about, Josh.
Yeah. But the roughest I've ever done is I have those brass Brillo pads, right? And they won't take the outer coating off the iron. Right. And worst case, man, I just put all kinds of solder all over that tip and then just, sponge fuck it and everything comes off.
Yeah, Rossman. That's Mr. D. Yeah, that's a good dude's name. Louis Rossman or something like that. Does the Apple stuff also.
Also, I do keep a container of plumber's flux. Mm-hmm. And here and there, I'll just dip it in there, and the same thing. Everything pretty much falls off.
Yeah, no, I leave my shit dry. I let it burn hot. I let it burn too long. It doesn't care.
No surprises there.
It does not fucking care. And I've had it for like 4 years.
He is the worst parent ever.
Well, there's no doubt in that.
So Heiko,
bite the pillow. I'm going
like 999 or some shit like that. I forget.
I don't remember. Soldering station 936. 936. Yeah,
something like that. Best tip ever created, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's withstanding what I'm doing to it, and I'll probably use it for another 5 years, and it'll still be great.
No, I think I have the FX8. I want to say it's the 888D. I think what I've got, but I don't remember. One of my buddies had the FM. 206. I think this is the one. I'm looking up on my other screen, but that thing's like a desoldering station. I mean, it's like legit. It's like $2,000, but he was a legit guy. So.
Someday I will get one of those when I have a little more dedicated bench space and don't have to keep packing up, moving my stuff around. For now, and I think Chuck probably remembers this weeks ago, we did talk about it on the show briefly. You know, I'd always used a 4S battery or essentially an underwatted desk brick with the TS100, and my only complaint was ever that on large gauge stuff, it just took too long. Mm-hmm. And then I started using it with 6S batteries and realized it runs great with 6S.
What's up, Big Oily? That's fucking great, dude. You made me chuckle.
So anyway, now I'm trying to source a brick that has the appropriate voltage and wattage to equal 6S, and then I won't have any issues.
You can get 24 volt DC bricks that are for PCs. The PCs are like, I think some server racks use them. 24 volt. Yeah. I love it.
Razman, yours is rad because it's powered with love. Context, we all bought Ray a freaking soldering iron because he's a piece of shit.
I completely forgot about that. I will say that there's nice something. I know you've got the. I think you've got the same Heiko with the digital temperature set. Yeah. Nice thing about that is, like, even when you can actually see it drop when you try and overload it, you'll see it drop down, then it'll flash, and then it'll bring the heat right back up.
Yeah,
so
that's nice. Phenomenal for what that small package that it is. It is. I'm so glad I bought it.
Yeah, I have no complaints with mine, to be honest with you.
It's one of those things I've been doing for years and telling everybody how great it is, and no one gives a shit because, you know, Chuck doesn't know a goddamn thing.
Yeah, nice one. Marcel. Throw that one up there. Yeah, that's a winner right there.
No. Nothing
right now, so I use the heat gun quite a bit too, and it's just a DeWalt. I don't even know what to call it, like construction style heat gun.
Hair jobber.
Yeah, I mean, it was $12 at Harbor Freight, but I've had it for years, and for what little I use it, it runs like a champ. When I get a soldering station, it will also have a heat gun.
Okay, right. Okay, this is my mental break here. Every time I hear anyone say it runs like a champ, I don't know why my brain replaced champ with chimp, and I kind of laugh because have you ever seen a monkey on chimp run? That shit's funny right there. I'm just saying. My brain. I'm gonna go with that. You're not a gorilla. Well, wait, you got the wrist thing going. Oh yeah, there you go.
Good timing.
Good timing. Perfect. I mean, I give him credit for dedication because that took some climbing. I mean,
climbing.
That's a big bitch. I'm just saying.
Dude, he got a running start and jumped in, dude. What are you talking about?
one of the girls I work with had my female Great Dane had one of her sisters, and she had a Chihuahua. And one day the Great Dane Chihuahua, and one day the Great Dane came up like a false pregnancy, and they were like, "Did he?" I was like, "Dude, I want a puppy. if he made it happen, I want one because that's gonna be the most fucked up looking dog ever. But I want it."
Marcel's on point tonight. Little dog jumped off a balcony, landed tiny dick first. Do you remember some shit? It was like the sexual Olympics. Anyways,
Yes.
Yeah, I knew you would say yes. I don't know why, but I knew you would. I actually did a little preparing for the show for my normal thing when I find some stuff we can look at and talk shit on. So I actually have a few things. So nice transition segue there, like a brick wall. Let me get it pulled up. Because, you guys ever, we talk about the Stevie Wonder effect and stuff all the time. Well, they have
still do it to this day.
Yep. Well, they have come out with a product where a fat man can Stevie Wonder it like a pro. And here you are. The FPV swivel chair, because we needed that shit.
I'm not sold. That thing would buckle and crumble under my arm. I'd end up with a hot plate.
I got a fat man little sweater image going with Josh running around with this thing stuck to his ass going, "Get it off! Get it off!"
It would be like that guy that sat down on the office chair and the piston went right up into his ass.
Tommy G needed to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but if I saw one of my friends sitting in this thing flying, I would run over there, lift up their feet, and spin them around.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing. I don't hate the idea, but we've all been in Walmart, right? And you see the $20 chairs on sale. Now, it only took one time of me sitting in one of those and it giving out in 5 minutes for me to go, oh, they have a weight limit. Okay, this makes sense. And now I have to look. So it's got to have at least an $80 price tag and say 350 pounds for me to go, that's a chair for me.
286 pounds.
Close. Not.
Hanging around some of the people I hang around, I would not even sit around them with FPV goggles on because you are way too close to crotch level for a lot of these fuckers.
That's kind of a narrow base too. If you look, like it's not sprawling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a bigger gentleman getting his ass stuck in that thing and running around with it stuck to him like a goddamn leech.
But it is very travel friendly if any of
true.
you skinny people are into it.
Absolutely.
For $40.
Which is a good price.
Yeah. For something I would break in 2 seconds.
Well, I say it's a good price for a 250 plus pound chair.
Yes. Not fat boy ready. All right. We have the Mamba DJI F7 Mini. For all you guys that like beta flight, I don't really have much to say about this, but I know y'all like it, so here it is.
I went with the T-Mobile version, or the T-Mobile, god damn it, T-Motor version.
Well, we know a lot of people, including Josh, who use Mambas, and a lot of them have been getting into Digi lately, so I thought I'd throw this up there. It is $100. So it is not the cheapest stack, but, smaller doesn't mean cheaper.
What's the it's 40 amp ESC all in one 20 by 20. So
they also have a 50. I want to say there was a bigger one, or wait, no, this was the bigger one. There was 45, and then there was this one, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Someone's gonna rock that chair. You sit in that thing blind, game is on. Sorry.
Oh, dude, you'd be doing this and not be able to do a damn thing about it, and you're in the air.
Hey, we should do an experiment. I know I was paid for that experiment. We can do a challenge. We call it the spin challenge. You have to sit in the spin chair, keep your feet up. We spin you while you fly, and you try to run a course. I want to see your drone go.
Boy.
At the wood yard.
That's a part breaker right there.
That was just savage.
Instead of head tracker, you could use the chair tracker. Oh, Mr. Marcel on point.
Oh, this could be bad.
Anyways, I don't know if anybody really cares about this. I don't, but you know.
So Chris gave me a what's the old ZMR 220 or whatever it is, two something.
Yeah, the ZMR. Yes.
Yeah, he gave me an old ZMR frame that he had hanging on his wall. So I'm actually going to stack that out with a full DJI rig with a 20x20 with 50 amp ESCs, just to go like, you know, I'm going to be the guy with the El Camino with the brand new Corvette engine in it. Just saying.
All right, you guys basically know all the. I don't have to read the stats. It's it'll take 6S. All right.
I mean, that's kind of a baseline. Well, I guess for a 20 by 20, it doesn't have to be, but
Now, a AA, I believe you got one of these, didn't you? This thing is a 40 millimeter frame. It is tiny. It has a lot of motors.
I first saw him, I was like, oh, but I can't figure out why. I don't know what the advantages is of that over a quad. I mean, I'm guessing you lose a motor, you'd be all right, but I don't know. I'm confused.
the advantage is you can fly under idle power.
Yeah, but you can't land if you can fly under idle power.
Shit. I haven't met a drone yet that doesn't have return to Earth.
Hi, Lady Ford.
Arsa.
Time to return, disarm.
Disarm, yeah.
No.
Altitude doesn't matter.
All right. Anyways, he's got the Skyla.
Wrong, Joe? Yeah. What's wrong? Okay, he said wrong. Double said wrong. What am I wrong about?
Oh no, he was talking about. I thought this was the frame he had because he said he had one that was 6 motors, a mini. But I have absolutely no interest in this. I just thought it was really weird, and I don't like Josh. I don't know why.
What size prop would that run?
I don't know. Let's see.
It's a guess.
Yeah, it's 16 by 16 millimeter mounting.
Yeah.
You looking at it? I mean, I would say probably 2-inch. I feel like you could totally do. I would be surprised if it was more than that.
It says motor out. Look,
that standoff with that, like right there, bro. That's.
He said so. Tommy G saying 2.5. Double A saying 3. But Double A was saying that if a motor out, it doesn't save you. So I'm confused with what the point is then.
Yeah. Well, if you got $17 and anybody wants to let us know what the hell this thing's good for, let us know. I would genuinely be interested. Not that I would ever buy one. All right, and the last thing I got here is actually something.
Marcel says 40. Marcel says 40 millimeters, but can you give that to us in freedom units, please? Because I don't speak Chinese.
Take a side of freedom fries with that bullshit.
I need freedom units. I don't do Chinese. Sorry, one of my other favorite YouTubers used that. Well, that's this in freedom units. I'm like, you motherfucker.
I like that. I might use that just to be a dick. But the last one now. Now, if any of you guys listen to Trappy, you know that he has been hinting at something big for quite some time. And he finally came out with it. And God, it has the most glorious name.
1.5.
And I'll tell you what, the price on this thing is on point. This is for those that don't know, you probably already do, but this is a receiver and a 1-watt TBS VTX in one. And it is a 20 by 20 mount. So it is tiny. This thing's nothing. I actually have one fixing to go into a build whenever I get not lazy enough and have some time. E-Drone also has one. Expect a full review on his channel. I'm sure he will go in depth with it.
Can I get that DJI, please?
I would have already bought that shit if they had it.
Yeah, right.
It also does have 30 by 30 mount if you want to throw it in your actual stack, but this thing's getting zip tied to the back of my quad for sure.
Oh, and my brother says millimeters is not Chinese. He's a liar.
Liar. Shame. But there it is, all put together. It comes with its own little metal heatsink thing. It's just a sheet of metal that fits it. But I'm sure it does its thing. Now, to be honest with you, I'm still skeptical.
Really?
Say the word.
I know you were.
I can't say the word.
Skeptical?
Sure. I still don't know how well it's going to work because I'm looking at this thing, and even though it's got that little sheet of metal that is right there, it's going to get hot as fuck. You put that thing on 1 watt.
Yeah.
And it's enclosed? Like, I don't know.
And where would you put that in your stack? I mean, you'd have to put it above your flight controller, which means you're going to bake your flight controller. Unless you put some standoffs or get some airflow under there, because
I mean, it would have enough airflow for sure, but
you hope.
I'm thinking if you enclose the unit in this thing, yes, it's got this sheet of metal to dissipate heat. But I've known people that have the 1 watt, and if you don't take off right away, you're gonna fry your whole system. So
honestly, that piece of metal is more there for RF shielding than it is for heat. And because I thought similar, but I don't see any reason not to decase that unless you honestly think it's going to add that much to durability, and I'm not sold that that's the case. It may help hold the antennas on a little.
Oh, I can see that.
And I would actually be down to use it for that. I might actually just not put the top on and put it together with the bottom 3 pieces in the picture there.
I think it's glorious.
I have really high hopes. I have really high hopes for it. And yes, I'm still skeptical.
Skeptical. I do see you almost have to put the top on it to keep the MMCX. Those are MMCXs, right?
No.
That are connected to the board? Yeah, they are.
UFLs.
UFLs? They pop right off, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have to almost put the cap on it in order to keep them from popping off easy.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, usually I shrink wrap my stuff, and I don't have a problem because I route my wiring in a way that it has some stress relief when it gets yanked.
Now look, yeah, you might be going here already, but if you're going to leave that top off, you can do that old trick where instead of running the antenna straight out, you run them across the board, shrink wrap it. Shouldn't be an issue.
That's actually kind of what I was thinking. That's what I do that's what I do with both my Crossfire unit and my freaking Unify V3. So
it's the only way I will run any UFL. And I don't use MMCX connectors for anything. It's a UFL for everything. But I always run them across the board.
And Joe, I do believe it actually looks like they're open. You see this cutout here and here? Yeah. So it looks like it is uncovered.
Yeah, but I think the top cover, that top black cover, is actually what would retain your clips by the other pictures I'm seeing.
I don't know. I haven't fiddled with it enough to know that, but
yeah, cool though. I mean, it's cool as shit. You're running analog. It's a badass unit, honestly.
Yeah, AA says Chappie said you could do that for strength. Yeah, I mean that's what we've been doing with our TBS products for a few years now. So it's kind of an old trick, but high hopes here. Very high hopes. Not huge expectations, but very high hopes. And this, I believe that this is, besides Tracer, and they do have a Tracer unit if anybody cares. He has been talking up something big and secret for so long, and I'm about 90% positive this is what he was talking about.
Well, you know, they released 3 different things in very short order after things being pretty quiet for a while.
Yes. So,
and it doesn't have to be new product. Like if you look at this, in essence, it's not a new product. It's a repackaging of commonly used products that are commonly used together, and it makes so much sense.
In a stupid small package. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have actually seen the 1 watt TBN, the Pro 32, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
The thing is ginormous.
Yeah.
I would trust this over the white noise board all day because it comes assembled, no assembly required.
Yeah. I don't know. It's my only issue I could see with it is that you're forcing, unless you've got like one of the, I can't remember which frames it is, where you have like dual 20x20s or a 30x30 and then a 20x20 in the back. The problem is I see if you're trying to put it in a normal 20x20 board, I see the stacks starting to get higher and higher again, which means you need long standoffs. You're going to have, you know what I mean? Because the perfect example is we try and put a DJI rig in there. You know, same thing where the boards are getting higher because you have ESC, flight controller, then your video transmitter, unless you just had to go naked DJI. But even then, your stacks are still getting higher and higher.
Well, I mean, eDrone actually, he uses the oh God, what was that frame? I used to fly him. You remember, Josh?
Oh, the Reverb.
The Reverb. He flies the Reverb with the standard standoffs on him. He didn't slam it or anything, and he fits a 3-stack in there. So you can do a 3-stack on a standard frame. But if you're like me or Josh and rock the slammed 4-inch Alien, where you have no fucking room for anything anywhere, that thing's getting zip tied in the back on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I can honestly, for a few reasons, I won't go this route, but I am literally, with the DJI stuff in my frame, 100% out of room. I have the Crossfire receiver and the capacitor mounted up front right behind the FPV camera. I have the middle full of, ESC and flight controller stack, and there's no spare space in there. There's just enough to clear everything so I don't have to worry about, grounding out or arcing anything. And then the back is full of DJI.
Yeah, in the front, you got your receiver, right? Behind the camera. And that's a tight spot for that, especially if you plan to go with the Pro camera, which you've been talking about when they become available. So, whew.
Well, due to ignorance, I'm not in a huge hurry because I don't know what I'm missing. So I only have the 60 FPF, scrub version, and I'm still far and above where I was at.
Yeah, well, AA, I believe our standoffs are actually 20 millimeter, but since we put the arms and the sandwich plate on the inside, that takes away everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, there's no other word for it. You've seen my frames, man.
My problem is I don't break enough frames to all my frames still have 30x30s in them, so a couple of them I've had to drill to 20x20.
Dude, you should try something like a slammed Alien or something that is that slammed, dude. The flight characteristics matter with it. Like it's awesome.
I still have my Armatans that I haven't blown up. I'm gonna crash that thing into everything. It's still flying, so I'm like, I haven't bought frames in forever.
Yeah, everybody. Joe flies absolute monster tanks, old school quads, all of it. Me and Josh are both on the 4-inch Alien body, slammed, and man, I've fallen in love with the way it flies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Me too, but I'm going to tell you that 6-inch Alien body flies really nice too.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I watch, we're going to mildly, I'm not trying to chase a rabbit hole, but if you guys have been watching David Rosser, the guy who does all the frame resonance analysis.
Oh, I don't watch it, but I know who you're talking about.
Well, let me tell you, a lot of things start to become clear when you hear about what people have experienced and reported. And right down to, one of the things with the Armatan frames is that they've always had some weird flight characteristics in regards to the way they're PID tuned. Turns out they vibrate like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting when he gets a hold of these frames, and I don't want to get too far in depth, but when he gets a hold of these frames and does analyses, it makes a lot of sense. And then to top it off, he designed the frame to be as quiet in regards to noise as possible. And I have no interest in running it, but
I was gonna say, I wonder how a frame like that would respond in other areas that are important to us, like endurance.
Right.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that.
Which I have come to realize with these just how important good quality carbon is, because these arms, these are nothing special. There's some of the thinnest arms you can get today, 4 millimeter, and I've only ever broken like 4. And when I say broken, I've broken the tip off, not actually broken the arm. I think I've only ever truly broken 1 arm.
I've broken 4, but I've been flying it for a lot longer.
So I'm wondering,
lifetime supply.
What is he using to dampen though? Because there's several ways you can get rid of vibration. A lot of it's damp. I mean, a lot of people use dampening because it's the easiest. I mean, you can stick a jelly on top of a vibrating arm and nullify the vibration. Because the reality is the higher the quality of the carbon, that means better compaction, less actual resin, because the resin will dampen a vibration, whereas straight carbon doesn't. It's like the high quality plates on Uber drone or the BFQ. Those top plates were almost ceramic.
He does a few things, and he explains this to you. So first, understand that his education and his work experience is exactly in this field.
Yeah, resonance frequencies and
aerodynamics and things like that. So he, in regards to shapes and geometry, and little things like, increasing the length of an arm or decreasing it just a little, like I'm talking negligible, that would change the resonance factor. He's tuning like that. And then he also couples that with what he calls dampening grease.
Yeah, somebody said grease. Double A was saying grease.
And the grease just finishes it off. I mean, his frames are quiet in regards to resonance.
No doubt
I
about
would be
that.
interested. I would actually be interested to see, because the reality is anytime you put multiple components together, even things as simple as torque spec on a bolt between 2 mated surfaces will change the resonant frequency on an item.
Mm-hmm.
Because how that's mated determines whether or not it acts as a single structure or not. And of course, the more mass you honeycomb the internal structure, not in mass production, you're not gonna.
Plus, we'll break those in a
I've seen
minute.
this one before.
Yeah, tape.
I've seen people say just take some electrical tape and just run it between your sandwich plates, essentially on one side of your arms, and that alone will.
But that's actually you're decreasing you're increasing the dampening by increasing the amount of flex between the plates. So, of course, there's always the joke is that a noodle has no resonance because it will move around, which is bad for flight characteristics, but is great for dampening. So it's like a double-edged sword. You can make something super stiff, fly like a Formula One car, but it's going to be noisy. So do you tune it out, or do you make the thing flexible like a Hugo? There's always, it's an interesting. I find it intellectually interesting. I'm going to have to do some.
Do some listening then, because he is one of those people that his videos are 30 minutes, 45 minutes long, but they're not filled with filler. He doesn't repeat himself over and over the way I would, right? So he's very good at communicating. He uses good terminology. He explains things, but he doesn't linger. And he explains and talks his way through a lot of the things that you're talking about. How everything is give and take, and what he's trying to do through experimentation for proof, as well as using his applied sciences for concept, is to figure out what is the best of all worlds for his goal.
Put up Tommy G's comment, Chuck.
I got you.
That one?
No, Tommy G. If it's not worthy of duct tape, forget it. That was
Jesus.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck your high tech honeycomb.
Call me Josh now. He's now Chuck.
All right, Chuck. Josh. God
They
damn
call me.
Double A. I actually have been known to do the same thing in over Titan.
Yeah.
I've lost motor bases that way quite often.
Yeah.
Because used to. On good motors, you can crank that shit down and kill it. But now you got to be gentle. Yeah, you got to be gentle and use Loctite. And
Now, look, all this said, I mean, I think it's really interesting. I'm not ready to jump on the wagon yet because I really like where I'm at. You know, I've figured out some of the nuances and the things that I need to make mine fly the way I want. And when I find something I like, I have a tendency of getting stuck on it, you know. But while it works, why fix it?
there's your solution, the noisy frames. And I've seen Double A's wall. It has a few frames.
Okay, if he had fell on his ass, I was going to laugh. I'm sorry.
Did you hear the click?
I did. But Josh,
The handle pops out.
coming back to the when we were talking about the frames, if you ever get to a place where you build another or whatever, try the 4-inch body on the 6-inch arms. Now, the reason that I feel and Josh feels as well is that it's so good using the 4-inch body is that, I mean, basically you're turning it into sort of a pod like racers do, without losing the benefits of having a rectangle frame.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a couple things. Using the 4-inch body, it sucks in the nose and the ass just enough to usually when you hit something, it's hitting the arms, not the center of the frame. But two, and this is a dual thing, in squishing that up and slamming it, you're really pulling the center of gravity. You're pulling everything into the center of those arms, which does make for some very nice flight characteristics in regards to how it responds to rolls and flips and things. They're much tighter. You know, the drone, because we've all seen this, you can see it really when you watch third person. And if your frame is big and lanky enough, you can even see it in your goggles. You know, there's a difference between a frame that rolls like this and one that rolls like this and does a barrel roll because of the way all the weight's distributed.
Well, it's doing it around the battery generally because the battery is the heaviest thing on the drone.
Right.
Bring that as close to center line of your prop on that's ideal CG.
And on these frames, the bottom of the battery is level with the tips of the prop.
But I like to have my drones with a little junk in the trunk. What am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah, Joe doesn't do snap rolls. He does like laissez-faire rolls.
Whatever. Have you ever seen this guy's rates?
Yeah, the rates are a little nuts, but you know.
I'm surprised he doesn't fly like he has Parkinson's.
Yeah, well, and bro, if you tighten everything down to a better center mass, then you could probably lower your rates, fly better. And
I did that with
you don't care.
With the Unimog, was it the Unimog one I got that had the crazy where the bed was dropped down so the props were higher up?
Oh,
yeah, I broke that bitch in like 2 flights. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, Ray actually
chiming in with all up weight. But you know, at the end of the day, more than anything, put together a platform that you like that has the characteristics you're looking for without overthinking it. And if you just stick with it without changing things, you will adapt the rest of the way.
No. Change every time you make a new quad. Make it absolutely different, and you will forever suck on a drone.
We've all been there.
I'm there right now. I mean, I preach fly the same shit, buy the same motors, buy the same stacks, build 3 of the exact same fucking quad. What do? I'm fucking trying new motors. I'm trying new fucking flight controllers. See everything. Cameras.
Yes, but that said, if you wanted to just get back to your baseline, you could very easily do that and not give anything up. You know where your baseline is.
Yep. And I do have all those parts except for maybe some motors. I've been burning through my old motors. They're getting a little janky.
Are they squealing like Josh's that are squealing like pigs?
No, shit just ain't flying the way it should, and they're getting a little beat up, you know.
Yeah, my motors get hot just sitting there because of the friction in the bearings. Not now, but they were doing that for a while.
Well, Double A, I mean, I could have jumped up and shown her my ass. Would that be better? She's like, yeah! No.
What's
up, lady?
And George. Oh, thank you for the pity wave, the pity high. I get it. Josh and I get the pity high of, oh, hey, Chuck, and Joe, and Josh.
Well, that's because she loved me.
Squeal like that again, boy. I heard a joke yesterday. What was the difference between a South Korean pig and a United States pig? One goes squeal, the other one says stop resisting.
I like it.
No,
I was like, oh, that's wrong.
but is it?
Oh no, hum? What? Hum? All right, James, you lost me on that one.
You're welcome, Rachel, and welcome to the stream. It's always good to see new people when we jump up and shake our ass.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's funny.
No refunds. Sorry.
No refunds. We charge double.
You get what you pay for.
Oh man.
All right.
So, actually, I did have a question. When is Josh going to finish his wing?
Never.
It's coming.
Well, I didn't ask that. I said, when are you going to finish it?
I know.
He's like, yeah, I fell for that.
How many years?
Soonish.
How many years has it been? Because he's been saying,
how long did I go without building or rebuilding anything? And in the last 3 months, I've built 3 drones.
you started that wing like 3 years ago.
Planes are new to me. I mean, I understand the idea that it's simpler, but I look at it. See, here's the difference. I look at a drone and I've already figured out how everything fits together and how it works, right? So I go, yes, even though it's technically a lot more work, I'm familiar with it. I look at that plane and I go, I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, wait. Where is it? How do I share? Where's my share screen? Share. Okay. I think we found something for Josh. Where is it?
Is it gonna get us banned from YouTube?
No. Shouldn't. I guarantee nothing. Raps for the DJIs.
Yes. No, fuck it. No. Back to the other one. The first one.
Yeah.
Josh.
All I need is soup.
But yeah,
dude, if I put that on and stood in my kids' closets, there would be squealing and shit.
Oh, look at that thing.
No,
there it is.
Gold.
Oh, I can do it, Josh. Do the noise.
Josh,
I can't do the noise.
I am so getting that.
Holy shit.
No, that's Josh's.
No, I'm getting that for Josh. If he didn't buy it, I'm fucking buying it for him.
Merca.
Yeah, I am.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right, no, you got to get that green freaking thing.
I'll get the alien.
He gets that one.
Oh, you totally get Yoda.
Epic sauce.
Where is it?
That was baby Yoda.
Oh, they're in stock. Had to Kurt.
That did not look like baby Yoda.
That is so awesome.
All right, I'm going to take your screen down. You have fun with that.
Yeah. Definitely doing that.
Just suffering from.
I usually do not go for those sort of things. I usually think they're stupid, but yeah. No, analog for life, baby. Analog for life. No.
Oh, you're such a dick.
Analog for life.
What? Dude, I thought those were illegal.
Oh, no, sorry. Was I holding that up?
Yes, you really were.
Actually, no, they're not illegal in Indiana.
Okay,
perfectly legal.
What?
Cool.
It's a clock cleaner.
It's a clock cleaner. I know.
Yeah, it's for dusting.
I was going to buy the one that had the little pin right here, so it's technically not a knock.
Yeah.
Belt buckle.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to buy something stupid, I'm going OG with the Lincoln nuts, man.
There you go.
For real. That's your gang sign.
Josh having performance anxiety. He can't make the noise.
I'm screaming at him, make the noise!
Make the noise!
And for all you morons, don't ever wear Nux like this, because this is stupid and you will break your hand.
Yeah.
You wear Nux like this.
Yep. Officer, it wasn't illegal. It was open-handed.
Yeah. I didn't even realize I was playing with it. I was like, friggin', actually, in a lot of states, too, you can open carry it.
Really?
Yes.
Not
Chris's state be one of them, actually. A lot of states, they'll require you to have a concealed carry permit because it's considered a lethal weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're open carrying, well,
yeah, it's part of your. That's why I think they can get away with selling the belts that have them as a belt buckle thing because they're not concealed. I mean,
anyways, yeah, I didn't even realize I was fidgeting.
That's funny.
Yes, I'm not in California. I'm in Indiana.
Yeah, right. Oh man, yeah. No, I rarely do see something and buy it right away, but that is so getting here.
Yeah.
Laura's really going like, do I even want to know what it was?
Yes, you do, because it is so Josh.
Yeah, it is so Josh. It's perfect, Josh.
Hey,
is it better than TSA
shirts, man? Multiple
dude,
shirts.
And if he keeps this beard going and puts those on, oh Lord, that'd be fantastic.
Especially with two mouths.
He needs the TSA shirt that I shared in the hotel. Do you see that one, Chuck?
What?
It's okay if it's the TSA and it's like a picture of a.
Yes, dude. Josh, you saw that, right, Josh?
I did.
Oh my God.
Next time I get pulled over for a random, I'm gonna go into sexy mode and strut over. When he says strut over, go.
Are we allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't know. It's not gay if it's TSA.
Why not?
That's what the shirt says.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Stream's still running and say whatever we want.
Walmart.
I would agree. Yeah.
So you get the lower half with the beard sticking out.
Screw it on.
Sorry,
I'd probably squeal like that lady sitting in her car.
This is going to go to some dark places, I can tell.
It's going to go really dark places, yeah. Well, I have found that if I sit in my cube at work with my goggles on, I don't have to be doing anything. I just sit there, take a nap, and people are like, just walking.
Hold on. If James has the mask, which you can use the lower half with, and then the other Fordo here is buying the goggle tops. Yeah. Josh, you have to buy the bandolero. It's an ammo thing. You gotta do it.
I've got a
and maybe one of those T-shirts that's like a super hairy man print. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we can see if we can get him one of those Under Armour ones that are like super skin tight, but it looks like it has the printed hair on it.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Can't remember which comedian that said that. He said, you ever want to go and figure out where you need to lose weight? He's like, go buy one of those Under Armour shirts. He's like, you don't even know you need to go to a plastic surgeon. He'd be like, yeah, right here. Right. He's like, it's better than the Sharpie they draw on you. It's like, ain't hiding shit. Oh man. Yeah, if you swing by where James is, Chuck, you can go pick up the Wookiee mask if you can find it.
Well, it's also we could probably just get one for like $5.
True. Very true.
Although I'd love to see you, James. I just don't think I ever get to where you're at unless I'm under an appointment and have to go.
See that? Bitched about all the places they were sending you. Now they don't send you anywhere worthwhile.
Well, they send me like 45 minutes from his house, but when I'm there, I'm moving.
It's true. Bad part about being a truck driver. You're paying to drive.
I'm so lonely. I could die. Fuck that! I got a flashlight.
Yeah.
Chewbacca, Josh, FPB. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue like Josh does.
Yeah, I mean, now if they had a Jar Jar Binks mod for those goggles, it'd be on. But you know,
Misa make you want to kill yourself.
he is a Chewie. That's for sure.
How many times have I seen Jar Jar in my headset whenever he freaking stomps on one of my videos?
You are not the only one, sir.
I was both insulted and flattered when they Jar Jarred me years ago.
Oh, man.
In fact, I don't remember who Jar Jarred it. It might have been Charlesworth over there. But I promptly started whipping out all the Star Wars shirts because that was just too far. Like, there's low blows and then there's ankle swipes.
Ankle swipes?
Oh, I was going for your pinky toe, bitch.
Just like the fucking coffee table.
Did you ever figure out what you were going to do with those giant freaking googly eyes?
Not yet. I mean, I'm like halfway getting my room back into shape and, you know, entertaining the idea of using them as a wall ornament, but I've already fitted them and they fit great on over the headlights of my truck as long as I don't need to use my headlights.
Explain that to the cops.
Hold on. I could print some things that go over my wiper blades that just hold the eyes, and then when I turn them on,
I'm not paying for the ticket.
I'd be running 75 down the highway and whoop, eyeballs.
I sent you the video of the one with the rear wiper, didn't I? Where it looks like a girl in a bikini top, and whenever the wipers go, it like her bra comes off with the wipers, and you see her tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's gold right there. Probably caused a lot of accidents. What are you looking at, Funky? Here.
I'm sitting here and I'm charging 3 batteries that I ran earlier, but they've been doing that 0.1, 0.2 amp thing for like the last hour. I know I've got some fucked up cells, partly because ever since I started flying this HD stuff, I keep running batteries like way down, and I'm talking like 8 volts.
For him?
Yeah. Bro, it is bad, and my batteries are already over 2 years old, and they were suffering anyway.
Yeah, agreed. Josh is like... No,
dude.
Gay. Like, no. He's not gay, but his boyfriend is. It's just one of those.
Been hanging out with those TSA fucks again.
Oh yeah.
Cavity,
they're convinced I've got batteries in my keister.
He walks into TSA. I'm not hiding anything in my butt. Excuse me, sir?
I totally don't have explosives in my ass.
Exactly, yeah.
No, you say drugs because then you get the dog.
Well, if you're on
gets everybody's attention faster. See, drugs get you put in the room. Explosives get you shit tackled.
It's true. Bombity bomb.
And as soon as the glove comes on, I start going, ah!
So actually, if you pre-armed your asshole with peanut butter, you'd be very popular with the dogs. Josh's like, what the fuck am I? What did I walk into?
We don't know what the fuck we're talking about either half the time. As long as it makes you laugh, we're good. If you gag a little, we're kind of good with that too.
Yeah. We'll back up a little if you need. Wait, what?
This is what happens at the end of the show, and we've had way too much caffeine, way too late, and it goes long. We've run out of meaningful content. Now it's just we're throwing poo at each other.
Which is a great point. Everybody has endured this long enough. We may as well wrap this up. You guys are awesome. No, we're not giving away money tonight. Ha ha, joke on you. Bye, suckers.
Wait. Look at what Rachel